Hey everyone, it's Misty. Today is the very first day of doTERRA's BOGO week. It is February 18th, 2019, and I wanted to record a quick video about Petitgrain. So, fun story about Petitgrain. This is one of the BOGO oils. You buy a Petitgrain, you get lavender for free. Petitgrain is one of those oils historically I have actually not used a whole lot. And this is one of the reasons I actually really love doTERRA's BOGO week, because a lot of times they'll throw BOGO oils in there that I either don't use a whole lot or don't know a ton about, and it causes me to go to my resources and look up more information so I get better acquainted with this particular oil. So today, Petitgrain was the oil I was like, ooh, I don't really use Petitgrain all that much, and I feel like I should. So I went to my books. So I'm working actually out of the Emotions and Essential Oils book. This is the very new edition. This is the 7th edition. So they come out with a new one of these every year. And I'm also working in the Essential Life book. So I'm looking up different resources to give you guys. One of the things I wanted to teach you guys real quick about Petitgrain on an emotional level is Petitgrain is all about generational healing. So fun thing about us as humans, we absorb our family's stories, our family's patterns, different things that you have thoughts and patterns and habits and all these things from your family that you have absorbed from when you were a baby. A lot of times these things get stored in our cells as well. So sometimes we will act out something or do something or say something that isn't necessarily ours. It was a family thing from when we were younger, or that, came before us that our family just kept doing. Like, there was a really amazing example of a woman who baked a cake in a certain pan because that's what her mom did. Well, her mom baked it in this certain pan because that's what her mom did, right? So it's this kind of idea that you do a certain thing because your family used to do it, or your mom used to say it, or there's these different generational patterns. So Petitgrain is actually one of the oils that will help you acknowledge those stories, that will actually help you bring forward the things that are serving to your life with gratitude, but also with gratitude, letting the things that are no longer serving you, that you might not have even realized, stay in your past, stay with your lineage, stay with your ancestors. And it kind of brings, I like to look at it as it brings a new awareness of the choice, right? So the choice of, you don't actually have to bring forward these ancestral patterns, these habits, these different things. It's a choice for us to do it, but we need to become aware that these things are a choice. So Petitgrain on an emotional level, that's what it's addressing. I really do love looking at the oils for what they're doing emotionally for us as well as physically, because it goes a little bit deeper, and it's almost like it sort of brings out this really amazing healing in us. This idea of bringing out emotional healing, helping cleanse those stories, helping using plants to be able to support our bodies through this healing process that we're doing all on our own. The other thing that I want to talk about with you guys is Petitgrain on a physical level. So Petitgrain, there's a lot of things that I cannot tell you in this book because it's not compliant, but some of the things that I wanted to highlight for you that you guys might not have known that you can use Petitgrain for. So we talked about emotional, the emotional aspects. So if you tend to deal with anxious feelings or anxious thinking, like your mind is racing, you could diffuse Petitgrain or cup it and smell it from your hands. That's a really great way to do it too. It helps with feelings of fearfulness and shock and anger, like these different feelings that sometimes might come up abruptly. Petitgrain's a really great oil to help you sort of come back and go, okay, what do I want to do about this? It's also really good for body odor, just FYI. It says it's really great to blend with other oils, apply as a perfume, a cologne, body spray, body lotion. It's really good for oily hair and dandruff. So you can apply two drops to your shampoo and lather, soak, and rinse. So just using that as normal. Oh, interesting. So nervousness and excessive sweating, you can kind of help to support that. So you can diffuse it to calm and relax, or you can take it in a capsule to calm and relax your nervous system and ease anxiety. That's kind of cool. I like that. I never really knew that. So if you guys are public speakers, if you guys do a lot of workshops, different things, if that tends to get you a little anxious and nervous and different things, rely on Petitgrain. Emotional balance, we're talking a lot about emotional stuff. So you can use it aromatically, like in a diffuser, just cupping it from your hand, smelling it, and topically, so even just putting it over your pulse points, like your wrist, your heart, to go from feeling conflicted to feeling harmonized. So the whole theme of Petitgrain is going from this very like confused, abrupt feeling sense to this very like, okay, it's almost like a peaceful feeling. Another thing I wanted to, oh, interesting. This also helps with feelings of loneliness too. Cool. So diffusing for clarity of mind and mental wellness. You can also use it to help with dry, cracked skin and some skin irritations. You can apply to the area of concern and add the AM or PM facial care regimen. So one thing with Petitgrain is it is a citrus oil. So you would definitely want to keep out of, stay out of the sun for about 12 hours. I should say it on here. But anyway, so this is for aromatic or topical use. Diffuse aromatically or apply topically. Dilute with a carrier oil to minimize skin sensitivity. So that is another thing too. If you're skin sensitive, there's no harm in diluting the oil if you're using it topically. But Petitgrain is a really amazing oil to be able to smell and diffuse. And it smells really amazing, by the way, with lavender. So today's BOGO is really, really awesome to go together in a diffuser. We're going to talk about lavender in a separate video, but I hope this was helpful. I'm going to put a link to a Pinterest board that I have some other uses for Petitgrain on there for you guys as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and we'll talk soon. See you later.